Which school are these people from? Can we get to know them? Su Liuli rested one hand on her chin and stared silently at the pulsating carnival in the live broadcast room. She really couldn't bear to watch anymore, and finally couldn't help but remind her, no more swiping, okay? Facing Su Liuli's reminder, Gu Feng held the phone and typed a word at the bottom, okay? Seeing Gu Feng's reply, Su Liuli's pair of crystal-clear big eyes flashed with a light smile, and then she continued to start the live broadcast seriously. Chapter 119, The engagement date is set. A simple live broadcast on anti-fraud awareness was suddenly turned into a large-scale fan meeting. Su Liuli carefully shared the case according to the broadcast script, while the crowd in the live broadcast room frantically scrolled through the screen below, commenting on how pretty the school beauty queen was. In this state, she could only try not to look at the pop-up comments below, otherwise she would have to laugh. Sitting in front of the computer desk, Jiang Yu couldn't help but pout. If my high school teacher had been as pretty as Miss Su, I would have gone to Tsinghua or Peking University by now. No, that's not right. Even if I had gone to Harvard, I still wouldn't be able to make it. Anti-fraud broadcasts are usually boring, but watching Su Liuli's broadcast, the atmosphere was at its peak. The broadcast was ranked in the top 10 in Shanghai, and many people clicked in after seeing the rankings. I thought it was a celebrity streaming, but I didn't expect it to be an anti-fraud broadcast organized by the school. Wow, an anti-fraud campaign can attract so many people. The learning atmosphere at this school is great. Actually I like to study too, I'll watch it for a bit longer. Me too, me too. The barrage of comments took off, and many people from outside the school also participated. Time passed quickly, and an hour passed in the blink of an eye. As the broadcast drew to a close, the students in the broadcast room still looked like they were having a great time. The cases I have shared with you are important. I will introduce the most basic methods of fraud later, and we will meet again tomorrow. After a quick summary, before the students in the broadcast room could react, Su Liuli directly raised her hand to close the broadcast. The broadcast ended in 1 second. The computer suddenly popped up a prompt saying that the broadcast was over, and Jiang Yu and the others looked confused. It ended so quickly. Gu Feng, Miss Su was really diligent and hard-working, not wanting to be exploited for even a second. The broadcast ended, and Jiang Yu and Xiao Kai happily got up as they raised their hands to turn off the computer. They said they were workers, so of course they didn't like being exploited. Do you like it? Me? I don't want to be a worker, I want to be the boss in the future. It's okay to be a worker. I'm not picky about the salary, as long as it's less than 20,000 yuan. Jiang Yu had a cocky attitude, and Gu Feng nearly couldn't stop laughing when he heard it. It wasn't because Jiang Yu was funny, but because he was thinking about his senior year before rebirth. He went to the interview with a monthly salary of less than 20,000 yuan, and the result was 3,500 yuan a month, of which 500 yuan was for perfect attendance. It was a huge difference. 20,000 yuan? Jiang Yu, you're really picky. The boss is not an idiot. Will he pay 20,000 yuan a month to hire you? What can you do? Let's be realistic. 10,000 yuan is enough. Xiao Kai held up a finger, and before they knew it, the group had moved from the anti-fraud live broadcast to discussing salaries after graduation. Kai, I feel that 10,000 yuan is a bit much. We just graduated and are new to the workplace, we don't know anything yet. It would already be pretty good if the company could offer a few thousand yuan. Gu Feng, what do you think? Zhang Tinia looked sincere as he turned his honest gaze away from Jiang Yu and Xiao Kai and looked at Gu Feng, who was sitting on the bed. Facing Zhang Tinia's inquiry, Gu Feng silently nodded in agreement. I think Tinia was right. As far as I know, the autumn recruitment will start in a while, and our school will also organize a job fair. We can go together and find out. The specific salary of fresh graduates can be known at a glance at the job fair. The four of them lay on the bed, chatting about everything from their salaries after graduation to national affairs, until after 11 o'clock when the dormitory gradually quieted down. The next day, just after class in the morning, Gu Feng received a call from Su Liuli. From the sound of her voice, it seemed that something very happy had happened. Near noon, he stood at the school gate and waited for about 10 minutes. 10 minutes later, not far from the school gate, Sulioli, wearing a khaki-colored sweater on top and jeans on bottom, walked cheerfully towards him. Her soft, full red lips were delicately placed on her beautiful, elegant face, and her cute topknot made her look absolutely stunning. Suli? Why do you have a topknot today? Suli walked up to Gufong, who took a step forward and pinched the dark, small topknot on the top of her head. Does it look good? I did it myself. My hair is always in my face, so I thought it would be easier if I wore it up like this. After Gufong finished pinching, Su Lily lifted her hands and retied her bun tightly. It looks good. It's quiet and a little cute. Looking at it like this, the bun really suits you. You said on the phone that you had something really happy to tell me. Now can you finally tell me what it is? He looked at Su Lily with curious eyes. He had asked for a long time on the phone, but the other person just wouldn't tell him, insisting that he had to wait until they met in person. Guess? Deliberately playing dumb, Su Lily's beautiful eyes curved into a crescent moon, her feet in cute canvas shoes, and she happily walked towards the door. They had agreed to go back to the villa together to make lunch, and she needed to go buy some ingredients first. Looking at Su Lily's graceful and charming back, Gufong had to hurry to keep up. I really can't guess, you tell me. She tilted her head and thought carefully before she said softly, since you're so sincere, I'll tell you. Grandpa called me and we've already set a date for the engagement. What? We've set a date for the engagement. Gufong was shocked and his voice unconsciously raised several degrees. Seeing that the surrounding students were all looking at them, Su Liuli was quite embarrassed and tugged on the corner of Gufeng's shirt. Keep your voice down. People are looking at us. Okay, I'm just so excited. Grandpa was really quick, he set the date so quickly. Do my parents know yet? Well, Grandpa called Mom first, then he called me. Auntie sent me a text, she's busy right now, she said she'll call me tonight. She took out her phone and showed Gufong the text from her mother-in-law, which roughly said that the date for the engagement had been set, and that she and her daughter would talk about the engagement ceremony in detail that evening. What time did Grandpa look at? Mom's text message did not mention a specific date for the engagement, so Gufong could only continue to ask Su Lioli. The 17th, 11 days from now. 11 days. There is still plenty of time. Let's go downstairs and buy ingredients for lunch. I'll cook today, what do you want to eat? Learning the specific date of the engagement from Su Lioli, he was still quite excited inside. 11 days was not short, but not long either. It was less than 2 weeks, and it would be over in the blink of an eye. Chapter 120, A Luxury Convoy. Back at the villa, Gufong personally cooked a sumptuous meal. After lunch, they went to school in the afternoon to attend the last class of the day. As the evening approached, Su Lioli sat by the bed in her bedroom, holding the phone in her hand, chatting with her mother-in-law Song Huilan. Gufong stood idly by, his eyes vacant and his expression strange. It has been almost 2 hours since the two of them started talking on the phone, and it is now almost 10 p.m. Same. In the Gu Manor in the imperial capital. Song Huilan is leaning against the bed with her phone in her hand, and her husband, Gu Jinghua, looks like he has given up on life. His wife is on the phone, but she won't let him make a sound or even move. He has been lying on the bed for 2 hours, bored out of his mind, holding his phone, not daring to make a sound. Lioli, then just do as we just said. Mom will order all the miscellaneous little things first, and when you and Gufong come back this Friday, we'll go look at the hotel together. Don't worry about new clothes or anything, I'll get you whatever you like. If you don't like any of the ready-made clothes, we can still order custom-made ones, just let them know 3 days in advance. Okay, thanks, Mom. Silly girl, how many times have I told you, you don't have to say thanks to Mom. It's getting late, you should get some rest. I'll send someone to pick you up this Friday. Song Huilan finally hung up after giving a few simple instructions. Gu Jinghua, who was half lying next to her, let out a sigh of relief and asked in a low voice, Wife, who should we invite to Xiaofeng's engagement banquet? Master Su wants to keep it simple, but we still need to invite guests to the engagement banquet. What do you think? Under the current circumstances, we can either invite no one or invite everyone at once. But if you really invite all the guests you should invite, there will be too many people. At that time, you won't be able to avoid a big engagement banquet. Song Huilan heard this and placed her hands in front of her, her face slightly solemn. This is indeed a problem. Please let me think about it. That's enough for tonight, let's go to bed. It's not too late to discuss inviting guests after my son and daughter-in-law get back, not to mention considering the opinions of the elderly. Her own mother-in-law still doesn't know that her grandson is getting married. When her son and daughter-in-law return on Friday, the house will be even more lively. His wife lay down to rest, and Gu Jingguo raised his hand to turn off the bedside lamp, then lay down as well. Shanghai, the villa. Su Luli put down the phone, and Gu Feng was the first to come to her side. What did Mom say? Mom said that when we go back on Friday, she'll take us to see the hotel. Grandpa and need to invite relatives. She'll send someone to pick them up, and will prepare a lot of engagement clothes. Engagement clothes? Didn't we already buy engagement clothes? We just bought them from the clothing store, and they both fit perfectly, so there's no need to prepare anything else. Well, Mom said that in addition to our clothes, she also needs to prepare clothes for herself and Grandpa. And the house needs to be decorated in advance, so she asked if I have any preferences. Sitting by the bed, Su Luli narrated the content of the nearly 2-hour phone call to Gu Feng in a low voice. After summarizing it for a long time, there was only one point, and everything would be discussed in detail when they returned home on Friday. In the next 3 or 4 days, in addition to normal classes, he also made several special trips to Yunding Technology. The development speed of Pinnacle competition far exceeded expectations. In such a short period of time, it has basically become popular in most of Longhua. The number of real users has jumped from the initial million level to the tens of millions level. Nowadays, the number of real-time online users per day is the highest at even millions of people online at the same time. You have to know that this data is already comparable to those top-ranked first-class games in the country. In addition to the pinnacle of competition, the development of the subworld is also progressing in an orderly manner. However, the game is too large in scale, and even with the addition of technical backbones, the development speed has not improved significantly. As for the research and development of solid batteries, the time for the forum has been determined and set for next Saturday. Chen Zhangyang has already obtained a few invitations, and Gu Feng, including Chen Zhangyang and Annie, will all attend. The scale of this forum is unprecedented. In addition to some large research groups in the Magic City, there are also many large companies from other places, and even many foreign-funded companies. Since new energy is a sunrise industry, and solid-state batteries are the general trend of future energy development, there are many people interested in it. The development prospects are considerable, but the risks are also considerable. No one has walked the path before, and no one knows exactly what it will become. As the saying goes, there are risks in investment, and one needs to be cautious when entering the industry. Once research and development does not yield results, all the money invested will be gone. Time Friday morning, the morning session was over, and Gu Feng and Su Liuli packed their things and prepared to leave. Before the two of them could walk out of the villa, Wang Xiaoye had already arrived at the villa gate with 2 young secretaries. Gu Feng paused slightly when he saw a few people through the gate. Xiaoye? Gu Feng, Su Liuli, have you two packed? Do you need any help? Wang Xiaoye asked with a slight smile as she arrived at the gate and looked at Gu Feng and Su Liuli standing in the distance in front of the gate. No, we're all packed. Liuli, let's go. Gu Feng responded, taking the initiative to take Su Liuli's hand and come to the few people. The 2 secretaries behind Wang Xiaoye saw this and took the initiative to come forward and take the suitcases and bags from Gu Feng and Su Liuli. Sister Xiaoye. Liuli, you look much better than last time. It seems that Xiaofeng is very good at taking care of people. The car is outside, let's go to the airport together. Let's go. Wang Xiaoye took a step towards Su Liuli, and put her arm around Su Liuli's shoulder, and they walked towards the villa together. At the gate, 3 brand new Rolls-Royces were parked in place. Beside each Rolls-Royce stood a middle-aged man, over 1.85 meters tall, wearing a suit and sunglasses. Sister Xiaoye, is this convoy my mother's convoy? Wang Xiaoye looked at Wang Xiaoye blankly. 3 Rolls-Royces formed a convoy, how much attention would they get walking down the street? Upon hearing Gu Feng's words, Wang Xiaoye looked at Su Luli with a smile. No. This is a convoy specially prepared by the chairman for Luli. The drivers are all the best among the chairman's drivers. They can provide Luli with convenience while also protecting her safety. These drivers have all been strictly selected, and each of them is skilled in martial arts. It is no exaggeration to say that it is impossible for 3 or 5 people to get close to them.